earlier scheduled for Wednesday and Thursday respectively. A notice of the postponement of the party by the party's National Secretary, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, cited unforeseen circumstances as reasons for the shift in date. The party has been enmeshed in crisis after its presidential primaries, which former Vice President Atiku Abubakar won. Atiku's choice of Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okowa is also said to have ruffled some feathers. You are watching the news on 1TV network. The news returns after this break. President Muhammadu Buhari has given consent to the acquisition of ExxonMobil shares in the United States of America by Seplat Energy Offshore Limited. Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, announced this in a statement. ExxonMobil had entered into a landmark sale and purchase agreement with Seplat Energy to acquire the entire share capital of Mobil Producing Nigeria Unlimited from ExxonMobil Corporation, Mobil Development Nigeria Inc., and Mobil Exploration Nigeria Inc., both registered in Delaware, USA. The statement said the president, in commitment to investment drive in light of the Petroleum Industry Act, granted consent to the share sales agreement as requested by the parties to the transaction and directed that the approval be conveyed to all the parties involved. ExxonMobil and Seplat are expected to carry out operatorship of all the mining licenses in the related shallow water assets towards production optimization to support Nigeria's OPEC quota in the short term, as well as ensure accelerated development and monetization of the gas resources in the assets for the Nigerian economy. The leadership of the Apex Sociocultural Organization of Igbos, Ohaneze Ndigbo, Bayelsa State Chapter, has expelled the Special Assistant to the Bayelsa State Governor on Special Duties, Chief Chinedu Otto Ogwa, and two others for conferring a title Enyi Ndigbo of the Commissioner of Education, Dr. Gentle Imela. The President of Ohaneze Ndigbo, Bayelsa State Chapter, and Special Advisor to the Bayelsa State Governor on Non-Indigen, Onuma Johnson, said the resolution to expel Otto Ogwa was reached after a stakeholders meeting, where it was resolved that Chinedu Ogwa, Remigius Ekwem, Patrick Emeka Ugu, and others have been totally excommunicated from the Igbo community activities in the state. He said the organization has also communicated to the Commissioner of Education, the recipient of the award, Dr. Imela, that the title is null and void and should be disregarded as the conferment did not follow the Ohaneze Ndigbo constitutional process. The Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, has announced Mazi Chika Edoziem as its new leader. IPOB said Edoziem will pilot its affairs until its leader Nnamdi Kanu is released. A statement by the group's spokesman, Ima Powerful, said Edoziem will relinquish the leadership role to Kanu when he is released. Edoziem is believed to be the deputy leader of IPOB. Kanu is currently locked up by the Department of State Services, DSS. The DSS held the IPOB leader since he was rearrested and repatriated from Kenya in 2011. Bandits have attacked and killed 3 persons, while scores were reportedly abducted by the attackers in Bali town, the headquarters of Bali local government area of Taraba State. Several sources in Bali told newsmen that the attackers, who rode on motorcycles, attacked and killed personnel of Taraba Marshal at a checkpoint near General Hospital before proceeding to individual houses to kill and abduct people. The Thief Central leader of Chief of Thief in Bali, Zaki David Bar, was also confirmed the attacks, saying that 2 of his suspects were killed and scores, mostly women, were abducted in the attack. This is even as the traditional ruler called on the government to support the injured who are receiving treatments in hospitals. The attack came barely 3 days after bandits blocked the Mutumbuyu Gabashede road, killing a driver and abducting passengers in the neighboring Gasso local government area of the state. The opposition lawmakers in the National Assembly says there is no going back on their resolve to impeach the president Muhammadu Buhari if he fails to address the insecurity in the country within 6 weeks. The lawmakers in separate interviews dismissed a report that they had backed down on the plan to remove the president after the expiration of the 6-week ultimatum handed down on July 27. Speaking to newsmen, the People's Democratic Party senator representing Osun East Senatorial District, Francis Fadahunsi, said it was not true that the opposition were retreating on their move to impeach the president. According to him, it is a unanimous decision and nothing different has been communicated to them. The senator representing Benue Northwest Senatorial District, Senator Oka Jev, has also dismissed the insinuation that the opposition senators had stepped down the impeachment move. Former Governor of Plateau State and Taraba State, Joshua Dariye and Jolly Name, have been released from Kuje prison where they were serving various jail terms for sundry offences as governors. Recall the duos were granted presidential pardon by President Muhammadu Buhari a few months ago. The 2 former governors, until they were granted pardon by Buhari, were serving jail terms for corruption allegation. The Federal High Court, Abuja, has fixed September 7th for the hearing of a legal suit seeking the disqualification of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the presidential candidate of All Progressive Congress (APC), from contesting the 2023 elections for allegedly presenting the forged certificate. Justice Ahmed Mohammed fixed the hearing, just as it granted an ex parte order for substituted service on Tinubu, who had invaded personal service of court processes. The plaintiffs, who are 4 chieftains of the APC, are praying the court for an order disqualifying Tinubu from contesting or participating in the forthcoming 2023 presidential election as a candidate of All Progressive Congress on the grounds of the information he supplied to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) as the presidential candidate of the party. In a brief ruling, the vacation judge, Justice Mohammed, ordered that the court process to be served on the National Secretariat of APC and that such service shall be deemed as having been properly served on Bola Tinubu. He further adjourned the case to September 7th for a hearing. The number of monkeypox cases has risen to 157 in the country, according to health authorities. In its situation report for week 30, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control said that cases were recorded across 26 states since January. From January 1st to July 31st, 2022, NCDC said 4 deaths were recorded from 4 states: Delta 1, Lagos 1, Ondo State 1, and Akwa Ibom 1. The report also showed that there were at least 413 suspected cases of the disease in the country. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors says the federal government had yet to reach out to its for its possible meeting over the 2-week ultimatum on the union declared following the failure of the government to implement the new hazard allowance rate proposed in December 2021. The association, however, expressed the hope that the government would do the needful to avert strike action. The National Salaries, Wages and Income Commission, in a circular, announced the approval of the new hazard allowance rate. Speaking with newsmen in Abuja, the National Publicity Secretary, NARD, Dr. Alpha Yusuf, noted that the government has yet to reach out to the union. The NARD had last week, during a National Executive Council meeting held in Nasarawa State, called on the government to implement the new hazard allowance rate or face strike. The union gave a 2-week ultimatum. Bakers under the age of the Premium Bread Makers Association of Nigeria have warned of yet another hike in prices of bread due to the skyrocketing cost of baking materials. President of the association, Emmanuel Onora, disclosed this in an interview, stating that the recent developments in the global marketplace had not translated into a better operating environment for local bakers. According to Onora, many PBAN members had been forced to shut down business operations this year due to the skyrocketing cost of doing businesses. The federal government, through the Budget Office of the Federation, has revealed that it will begin the implementation of its proposed excise duties on telecommunications services and beverages in 2023. This is despite backlashes from the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, and the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. The Budget Office of the Federation, which is under the Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning, revealed its plan in 2023 to 2025 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper. The Central Bank of Nigeria says local production of cassava-based sorbitol will strengthen the naira. It noted that production of sorbitol would also help to reduce unemployment and over-reliance on importation of the product, which is a natural sweetener extracted from glucose that drives agricultural revolution. Speaking on behalf of CBN, the Director, Development and Finance Department, Yusuf Yila, represented by Edwin Nzelu, a deputy director in the department, said the Apex Bank funded the project. You are watching the news on 1TV network. Still ahead, AU condemns Israel's latest airstrike on Gaza that killed over 30 Palestinians. Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Musa Faki Mahamat, has condemned the continued airstrike by Israel on Gaza. Mahamat said in a statement that the targeting of civilians and the illegal occupation by Israeli security forces of the occupied Palestinian territories are stark violations of international law and complicate the search for a just and lasting solution. The AU Commission's chairperson reaffirms the AU's unwavering support for the Palestinian people's legitimate quest for an independent and sovereign state with East Jerusalem as its capital. The chairperson also said there is an urgent need for renewed and genuine international efforts to bind a just and lasting solution based on the existence of two states within the framework of relevant existing African Union and United Nations commitments. The recent flare-up of deadly violence between the Palestinian Islamic Jihad group and Israel has killed at least 31 Palestinians, including 6 children and 4 women, and injured 205, according to the Palestinian Health Ministry in Gaza. US President Joe Biden is out of isolation after testing negative for COVID for a second day in a row, the first time he was able to leave the White House since July 20th. Biden, who is 79, had tested positive for COVID and returned to isolation on July 30th. In a result, doctors attributed to rebound positivity from his earlier bout of the illness. He was also optimistic about sweeping climate and healthcare bill that was being debated in the Senate overnight Sunday. According to the statement by his physician, Kevin O'Connor, the president will safely return to public engagement and presidential travel. More than 30 people fled a Lebanon detention center at dawn after sawing their way through a window. According to security forces at dawn, 31 detainees managed to escape from a detention center in the Outlet neighborhood of the capital, Beirut. A statement by the International Security Force said the detainees broke past the prison window using a saw smuggled into the facility. The escapees include Lebanese, Syrians, and Palestinians, among other foreigners. A security source confirmed the escape method, saying the prisoners were likely aided by someone on the outside. The prison break came as Lebanon grapples with an unprecedented economic crisis that has seen the value of the Lebanese pound lose more than 90% of its value against the dollar on the black market. In sports, Ese Brume has won gold for Nigeria in the women's long jump at the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, United Kingdom. Brume had a no jump on her first attempt but bounced back right away to jump 6.99 meters to take the lead in the final and set a new games record. Nigeria's Ese Brume celebrates winning and taking the gold medal during the women's long jump final athletics event at Alexander Stadium in Birmingham on day 10 of the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, Central England. She added no jump, 6.99 meters, 6.81 meters, 6.99 meters, and 6.96 meters in her subsequent jumps, but none of her opponents could match or surpass her, thereby securing a jump to spare. And that is the news for now. Before we go, another look at the major stories. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike raises alarm over alleged recruitment of thugs for 2023 polls. Indigenous people of Biafra announces Mazi Chika Edoziem as its new leader. Court to hear certificate forgery suits against Bola Ahmed Tinubu on September 7th. AU condemns Israel's latest airstrike on Gaza that killed over 30 Palestinians. Thanks for joining us. I am Lawrence Valentina.